It's time for yet another episode of On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyaholic. Of course, I am the Mad Montreal Man, and today we're doing Batman. Why not? It's McFarlane Toys. We know he loves Batman. I love Batman. Shane loves Batman. You love Batman. So let's get into it. So we're doing kind of like a Batman through the ages. We're going to start off with the Batman from the Wild West, or as they call it here, the Archive of Worlds Batman. We're going to follow that up with Batman Year One. And of course, we're doing a Year One. You need Lieutenant James Gordon. And we're going to end beyond all of that with the Platinum Edition Neo-Gothic Batman. So what do you say? I just put these off to the side here. And let's talk about this a little bit. Okay, we talked about it a little bit, have we? No, we haven't. That's fine. Because I do remember this series, and I kind of want more Western-themed DC multiverse characters. So let's just say, let's get the Steel Blade of Justice. And, you know who he is. It's Dr. Scalpel. And let's start taking good old cowboy bats out of the package. And I will say, I'm really happy with McFarlane Toys. We got Jonah Hex, and now we have Batman from the Wild West. Now, I know people read the comic books. It was also in the animated series. There's a Wonder Woman from the Wild West, Superman, Flash. They'd be cool to have. Then again, it'd be cool to have some of the old DC comic Western characters, too. But what do you say I finish taking him out of the package, and we'll be back after a close-up. The same as the artwork on the back, and we want this Superman. It'd be really cool to have this guy too. So let's get into it right off the bat. Really not much when it comes to accessories. You saw on the close-up he has one Batarang. That's it, one accessory, the Batarang. Definitely a different take on Batman. There's no real utility belt. He just has his regular belt. Not the big bodybuilding. It looks like clothing. I do like the fact that you can remove the jacket. I wouldn't say cloth goods. It's kind of like material on the inside and like a faux leather on the out. Really a cool looking Batman. I do find that the head sculpt is a bit on the thin side a little bit, if you take a look. Just in proportion to the body. I can see this having a slightly larger head would be better. Maybe down the road, I'll think about that. Overall, would make him a really tall Batman. Now, do I regret having him? Heck, no. Anyone who knows me personally knows I grew up watching Western films, fan of John Wayne movies. I know I'll get some hate from that, but too bad. I did like John Wayne movies. He kind of reminded me, I always thought when I was like 4-year-old, he looked like my dad. Made me think he's maybe my uncle. He's not. He wasn't my uncle. No. But I fell in love with Westerns, especially the John Ford Westerns. And I like the thought of DC superheroes in the West. Now, details are there. I mean, there's not much articulation when it comes to ab crunch, but I like the Western style looking bat, the belt. Mostly the Stetson jacket is a really good selling point. It's a shame you can't take the hat off. That would have been really cool. Either way, I'm happy I got him. He will be going next to my Jonah Hex. Definitely going to be going with Jonah Hex. Yes, a good-looking Batman. I do like him. So I do recommend pick him up because he's going next to Jonah Hex. Well, obviously, front of the shelf with Jonah. So I'm going to put him down. Well, let's time jump all the way to Batman's Year One. That's right, the good old Year One Batman. That was a really good series. I remember when it came out, reading it, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool. Wish I had action figures. Need a Year One Catwoman now. That should be cool. But once more, Dr. Scalpel, let's start taking them out. Now, did you read Year One? Did you read the old Batman story? Did you like it? What did you think of it? Would you like to see more of the Year One characters? I kind of want to. It's like I've been catching up on the Absolute Universe with the Batmans. And no, before you're asking, I haven't been to a comic book store. I'm basically watching YouTube videos where they basically recap the entire story so far. I kind of want some Absolute action figures. The Absolute Superman outfit looks really cool. The Absolute Wonder Woman is a bit weird, kind of interesting. Absolute Batman, that's a pretty big Batman. The Absolute Flash, interesting. Martian Manhunter was also an interesting one, but let's not go down too far off topic. Let's finish taking Year One out, and we'll be back after this close-up. As usual, the card matches the artwork on the box. Only one accessory, if you don't count the base. It's this one little, very large silver Batarang. But as you saw in the close-up, he does have a really good wired cape. Look at the size of this thing, and it really does hold well. I'm impressed with the wire cape on this one. Now, the figure himself, it's a cool design. I like the fact that they actually took the time and did a Batman utility belt that looks like the one you saw in the comic books. Face sculpt is okay. It's just, you know, it's a Batman face sculpt. Overall, really, really nice Batman. I do like him. It's going to be a nice addition to the other Batmans. I'm still trying to hunt down that blue suited Batman Year 2. It'd be cool to have him. Haven't found that one yet, but it's still on the wish list. But here we go, Batman, yeah, Year One. Really good comic book series, a really good action figure. I do like the details they put into the belt. The boots are a nice different change in boots. I do like it. The body buck we've seen before. Articulation is there. The selling point for this guy is really this fantastic cape. That's a really good looking Batman. I'm happy I got him. It looks good standing up. It's going to look great next to the next action figure, which of course is Year One's Lieutenant James Gordon. I've been looking forward to this one because we've been wanting a supporting cast of Batman characters for a while, and I'm not just talking like the movie ones where we got Fox, we got a few others, you know. Well, like for example, we got the Alfred Pennyworth from one movie in the cards. It's nice to get supporting characters from the comic books. So let's finish taking James Gordon out, back after his close-up. here, the card, same artwork on the back of the box. He only comes with the one accessory. Once again, if you don't count the base, he comes with the gun. I know, a gun in a DC Multiverse toy? I will say that would not be your standard police issue gun. If anything, that would probably be like a long barrel Colt 45, which would be a very heavy gun to actually shoot. Yeah, it's a definitely a big gun, but at least we have a gun. He's a police officer. He should have a gun. Now, it is a reused body, and we've seen this body buck before. It's the Constantine body buck. We've seen it. No complaints about that. There are some pros and cons with this figure. One of the pros, he's wearing glasses. You can actually see his eyes underneath the glasses. It's a shame you can't pick him up and down. It's besides the point. The gun's a pro. A couple of cons. The tie just seems to be is it a clip-on? Now, I used to work in security, and we used to have clip-on ties. It would just be literally black, but the fact that they didn't bother painting in the little bit of black on the side, just for my mental sake, I'll say it's a clip-on tie. Might as well. It's a shame that we don't have a cloth good jacket. That would have been really fantastic, because the artwork on the box, he's not wearing a jacket. So it would have been really cool to have a cloth jacket you could take off. Funny thing is, I actually have a cloth jacket that I ordered for some custom I was going to do and never used. Same color. But I'm not going to bother trying to take this thing off because it would probably ruin the figure. But it's a shame. This one's a hit and miss one. It's nice to have a supporting character from the comic books. The face sculpt is a pro. The clip-on tie looking thing's a con. The size of the gun, I'll take it as a pro, because it's Gotham. You need a big gun to take down those big villains. Yeah, it's really not bad. I'm happy I got them. It's going to be nice to put into the two together, year one together. Yeah, I just wanted to recommend, even though it's not the most fantastic body buck out there, it is a good one to have, because we need more supporting characters, and this is one we definitely need. I'm happy we got them. Now, I still want to see a Catwoman from the year one. We have a little bit of time left. I've seen what McFarlane's announced so far, and apparently there's still more stuff to be announced. So hopefully we'll get a Western Superman and a Catwoman year one. But let's wrap up the show with one I forgot to open up a while ago, the Neo-Gothic Platinum Edition Batman Beyond. And I will admit, I haven't read the Neo-Gothic yet. I just haven't had time to find it. One thing I do suggest, if you are having a hard time buying comic books, or for example, you're like me, all your money goes to action figures, check out your local library. I went to mine recently, and they actually have a comic book section. Mostly trades, but they actually have a comic book section. Not bad. So let's finish taking... Ooh, he is really see-through in some ways, out of the package, and we'll be back and see what I think of the Platinum Edition of Batman Beyond. The card is the same card we had with the regular Batman Neo-Gothic. Now, he does come with a regular base. You saw in the close-up, I put him on a flying base. To me, it made more sense. Now, he does have two hands. We have a left hand that has a built-in translucent batarang. I gather this is supposed to be like an energy construct that the suit becomes. And of course he has a open hand, right hand, sort of translucent. I'm gathering it's something about the suit that goes from camouflage mode to like regular mode. Like I said, I don't know. If you know the story, please let me know in the comments why they made a translucent Batman. Well, just to give you an idea, let me just, when I mean translucent, let me put the light behind him. I didn't really do it for the close-up, I'll do it here. Okay, you see this? You could see how translucent the plastic is. It's interesting. I'm going blind having that reflect in my eyes. But what do I think of it? Well, it's the same figure as the regular one. So in that sense, I like Batman Beyond. I still want a Terry McGinnis unmasked. That's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about down the road getting some 3D printed heads and doing just a simple head swap to get a Terry McGinnis unmasked. We got Batgirl Beyond unmasked. Why not Terry McGinnis unmasked? I'm also waiting for a DC Multiverse old Bruce Wayne. Not the animated one that has been out there. I kind of want one in the Multiverse line because it'd be kind of nice to have an old Bruce Wayne DC Multiverse with Ace the Bass Hound. Just saying. Will that happen? I really doubt it because sadly enough, we all know McFarlane Toys is losing DC Multiverse sometime in the early spring, early summer of 2026. But let's get into the figure. Okay, so he's got the really cool wings. I do like the wings. They are kind of loose a little bit, but you know, they do hold up nice. The sculpting itself is really good. I do like the face on this guy. The smile, the ears, the reddish glow. I do like them. Even though when I do look at the legs with the light shining on the side, it makes me think of the old Micronauts. Okay? It just does. Where's he going to go? Well, he's going to go on the shelf with the other Batman Beyond characters. And before you ask, no, I do not have the Batman Beyond flying car yet. It's expensive. I can't afford it right now. One day. Okay? And I feel dumb because there was a sale a couple of weeks, was it last month? I think last month there was a sale at EB Games. And apparently that thing was knocked down 60%. I didn't know about it and they sold out. I would have bought it for that price because it would have been affordable at that price. Plus back, it's Batman Beyond. Now, speaking of Batman Beyond, you guys ever watch the spin-off show, The Zeta-Files? Did you? I did. I'm still trying to track down a DVD series compilation of that. Wouldn't it be cool to have a Zeta-Files action figure too? It'd be cool. So maybe down the road, after Mattel ruins DC figures, because I just still have a hard time thinking Mattel's going to do a better job than McFarlane did. Maybe McFarlane will get the license back and we'll get a whole bunch more of the multiverse characters. And that's it for the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he comes with the regular base. I think the flying base is better, and that's why I have a whole spare. And that's it for the show. Well, maybe not. I have one more figure I could do along this Batman theme. What do you think? Should I do another figure? Are you bored of watching my face? Well, you probably are bored of watching my face, but I think you want to see another figure. All right, just for the heck of it, let's do Alfred Pennyworth from Batman v Superman. So let's get Dr. Scalpel out, and let's see what I think of this one. I mean, anyone who knows me and who's been watching the channel for a while. Hey, Shane. Hey, Kang. You guys know I've never been a big fan of movie action figures. I have a whole bunch. Yeah, editor, I'm a toyholic. That's why I have them. That and I do them for the show. But let's finish taking him out of the package. And boy, he does have accessories. We'll be back after his close-up. card. It really is a good image of Alfred from the movie, same as the back of the box. Alfred comes with a lot of accessories. He comes with 3 right hands. Of course, he also has 3 left hands. A lot of hands for Alfred. I guess this is where all the left hands and right hands went, and you guys didn't get. But he also has, trying to keep it on the tape here, a entire little system of tools. Pliers, wrench, screwdrivers. It's really interesting, the tools he has. I mean, if you're going to put him next to the Batmobile, it kind of makes sense. He also has, as you saw in the close-up, a cloth good apron. Sadly enough, though, you can't put the tools inside the apron. It is just sealed. It's a shame, because it'd be kind of cool. You put the tools inside, then it'd be even more of a cool thing. But soft goods. But let's talk about the figure himself without the apron. Really good likeness in the face sculpt. Glasses, you can see the eyes. The body, I get the feeling I've seen this body before. I just can't quite place it. But he's also tall. He's a tall Alfred. I mean, if I compare him to Commissioner Gordon, he's a pretty tall guy. This is one, it's going to sound weird for me to say, this is one movie figure I recommend getting. Because if you got the other ones, it's really going to be nice to have an Alfred. Especially an Alfred that looks like he can kick your butt. I mean, this Alfred's, look at, he's buff. He's a buff Alfred. That's a good Alfred. And, yeah. Happy I got him. And glasses can kind of go up a little bit. But, no, this one's a good one. I also like the fact that, you know, the vest doesn't have a massive gap when you put the arms down. There is a little bit of a gap, but, you know, it's not as bad as some of the other vested or jacketed characters they've done. I like the pointing arm, the pointing finger. It's kind of like, oh, Mr. Bruce, the Batwing. It's a good Alfred. So that's going to wrap up the show. I know I seem a little bit tired today. I am a little bit tired. I'm sorry. Working a lot, trying to catch up on everything else. No. And a little under the weather. I have to admit, I'm a little under the weather. I'm tired. Yes, editor, I'm old, and it comes with being old. You get a little tired sometimes, especially with the heat. Okay, editor? Thank you. Go away now. I still think my editor's trying to kill me. You can get in line. But that's it for the show. Once again, I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys hitting like. I appreciate you guys who subscribe. I really appreciate the people who comment, and of course the people who share the videos. Thank you so much for that. As for next week, I still have a whole bunch to do. I'm thinking maybe doing Green Lantern and Jade. I have the digitals I haven't done yet. Trying to catch up now, but one show a week. It's the plan. And who knows, I'll probably have other stuff come in. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, just tune in next week and you'll see what I'll be reviewing. And hopefully I won't be as under the weather as I am today. Hopefully I'll have a bit more pep, more zing, more antics. Yeah, I'm too tired to even make a blooper. So hopefully next week I'll be over this little, I don't know what it is, kind of like a summer flu. Even though I don't feel feverish, I don't feel congested, I just feel overly tired. Yeah, tired. But, all that aside, I do this show because it's good for me, for my physical health, my mental health, and of course my emotional being. It is my way of doing my best to stay healthy, and I encourage you to do the same. And when you do get a character that has a really big gun, and it's a good way to stay happy, toy gun, keep that in mind, not a real gun, toy gun for an action figure. And as always, when you have other action figures to look forward to, movies to look forward to, comic books we eventually read, you know, the hope of one day being debt-free, it's a good thing to do your best to stay positive. And on that note, As always, please enjoy the weekend. Please spend time with loved ones. Let them know that you care. Get them interested in the hobby. You know, it's not a bad hobby. It's a good one. It's expensive. Yeah, it takes up room. But it's not a hobby that's going to kill you. It won't. Well, maybe if you have a massive shelf of action figures and there's an earthquake and it falls on you, you might be injured. But for the most part, it's healthy. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your well-being. It does hurt the pocketbook. Boy, do I know it hurts the pocketbook. But it's still something I enjoy. I hope you enjoy it too. Have a great weekend. Shane, hi, how are you? How you doing? To my buddies at EP Games, thank you so much for being great customer service. To the people at the stores I used to mention, I haven't forgotten you. I still would recommend checking out those stores if you go watch my old videos. And of course, Mr. Tetro, I sent you a message. Can you at least say thank you for the message? Can you at least watch a video, make a comment, give me some feedback on the videos? I'd appreciate it. It'd be nice. Just saying. And of course, as always, if you want to help me keep doing this insanity, there's a couple of ways to do it. If you're a toy manufacturer, you could send me toys to review. If you have something you want me to review, send it to me. Message me. I'll let you know how to get to me. Or, of course, one of the simplest ways, every little bit helps. Go to that link in the description below and do what you can. If not, just thank you for watching. And enjoy yourselves. See you guys next Friday for another episode of On the Pig. Well, nice photo cart. It looks, it's a, yeah, let's cut that. It's time for another episode of On the Pig with me. Totally fucked that up.